Hey guys, it's Dory. Welcome back. I am going to be driving. I apologize for driving while I am taping, but I need you guys. Oh, I need the support. I'm going a little crazy. I just returned home from Worcester, which is about an hour from me. With my driving, it's 45 minutes. So I went to go get my son Ethan's diagnosis from UMass Memorial Medical Center. And it's what I thought it was. It's fine. The diagnosis really isn't the problem. So he was diagnosed with ASD, autism spectrum disorder. He also has ADHD and sensory, which I knew all of it. I just knew. And so I've never had to go through this before with any of my other 5 children. So I have 6 kids total, none of which have ever gone through this. I know my husband has went through this when he was young and he was going through school. So it's, very well could be genetic, is what the doctor said. And so she gave me a whole list of things that we can do, a whole list of recommendations and accommodations and all this stuff that we can do for him, which is all wonderful, all fine and dandy, great. The problem is that we live in a school district, namely the school that my son attends, are they're very ignorant when it comes to special needs of children. And so basically, I have a principal and I have a guidance counselor, both of which have been involved with the whole process for the last 4 months of my son having a difficult time at school. And neither one of them are trained in special needs and or autism. And so the woman I've been talking to, who is the guidance counselor, I thought she was the head of the special needs department. Well, little do I know now that they don't have a special needs department. They don't even have special needs teachers. They have a couple of aides in other classrooms, not my son's, and he is in a school classroom of 28 to 30 children. So now, a lot of you guys, parents, you have friends, you have siblings, whatever, you have family members who have sensory issues or autism or ADHD or whatever. And so with sensory, having an overload and overstimulation of your senses is detrimental to someone's well-being. And so he is in a normal classroom. He takes a normal bus and everything. And so they're wondering why he's acting out, he's overstimulated, why he's having these attacks, like kind of panic attacks. They call me every chance they get. They don't know what they're doing. I have requested that the school district test him, and I requested that 4 months ago, and they looked at me like I had 4 heads. Finally, a friend of mine, 2 friends of mine from church, who are well versed in special needs / autism, told me the verbiage to use in order to get them to go ahead and give him the testing. So I finally got the packet home. I'm going to sign it, release it, and then I will send it back tomorrow with the packet I got today. So my my testing today was independent of what the school district was supposed to be doing. And so basically, and this is what ticks me off the most, they have been basically I lost my train of thought. They have been focusing on his behavior and not the reason for his behavior. So yesterday I got a phone call saying that Ethan threw a chair at the principal. And so that's really kind of not like him. I do know lately he has been throwing some of the furniture in school. When something happens, he isn't told that the schedule is going to change, or something happens, or he's overloaded. He may roll on the floor. He may tell them that he's going to jump out the window. He may try to get out of the school, out of the thing, whatever he can, like a caged animal, because his senses are going crazy. which none of us, unless we have it, can relate to that. I just know that it's happening. He throws stuff to get away. And so they hold him back. They stand at the door. It just ticks him off even more. So yesterday they tell me that he had an off day and he threw a chair at the principal, and how unless his behavior really changes, he will not be able to get on the bus. So I asked to speak to him, and I just asked him what happened, and I just said, hey, go into your classroom. I want you to get your backpack, get your coat, and get on the bus. Come on home to mom. We'll talk about it. He was fine. The guidance counselor was like, oh, wow. He'll listen to that? Well, yeah, he'll listen to that. What the heck? So anyhow, so he gets home, and I find out that the principal squeezed his hand so hard that it caused him to have pain, so much so that he felt his only defense was to kick a chair to him. I told Ethan I would have done the same thing. I would have absolutely kicked a chair. I would have absolutely thrown a chair. Get off my hand. Especially he feels it more than any of us because of his sensory. So whereas we can take our hand and we can squeeze our hand or squeeze someone else's hand, he feels it like 100 times what we would feel. And obviously, first off, don't put your hands on my kid. First off, that is first and foremost. Like, that ticks me off to no end. And so anyhow, so I called, I spoke with the guidance counselor. I told her that I thought she was special needs. I thought this, we set up a meeting. So I basically yesterday contacted someone who is an advocate for parents of kids who have a disability, namely autism. And basically I had to hire her to be our advocate, which means that is a lot of money. So I'm going to back into this space. So I'm just going to put you guys down here. I don't know if you guys can even see me, but I'm going to back into this space to get a parking space because I'm at my daughter's preschool, which on a happy note, I won a raffle yesterday, a humongous basket of, well, it's actually not really a good thing, but basically I won a huge basket of sweet treats, and I'm keeping it for them for Easter. I'm just going to put it and distribute it, and there's so much stuff. And then because of all this today, I am just feeling so emotional. I have done nothing but eat crap today. Now, when I tell you guys crap, I have had, the only good thing I had today was 2 pieces of cheese. Other than that, I have eaten a 4 thing of Kit Kat, a Kit Kat thing with 4 bars. I've eaten a bag of Fritos. I had 4 or 5 Oreo birthday cake flavor cookies. I had, 4 other chocolate cookies, and then some chocolate wafer thing. It's awful. I have a stomach ache. I do not feel well. I feel very emotional. That's why I came on here. I need you guys. I'm going crazy. On top of all that, I called the school to see how Ethan's day went today. Great. His day went great. I spoke to him before I left for Worcester. I told Ethan before he boarded the bus, honey, I'm going to pick you up something really special in Worcester. I will not be around today. Please try to be as good as you can in school. Do what they tell you to do, and you'll be great. And so he had an okay day, the principal said. The guidance counselor isn't in today. And so basically, as I had him on the phone, I told him I got the diagnosis. I got it printed out for him. I'll send it into school with Ethan tomorrow morning. I told him what he had. And I said, so what happens now? I heard they have 10 days to implement an IEP. And he said, no, they have 30 days from the time that you sign paper for us to test him, for the school district to test him. They have 30 school days to do it. Then after that, he has to pass 2 criteria through that for them to even be able to give him an IEP, so he may not even qualify. Say what? Say what? So, one criteria is that he's diagnosed with a disability. Great, we have that. I have it in writing, done. The second one is that we have to prove that he does not have access to the school's curriculum as is. I don't even know what all that means. All I know is that he's smart. He's a smart kid, very smart. He just can't write because he doesn't have fine motor skills. He is always pulled out of class, so he doesn't even have a chance to do any of the curriculum. So I don't know what it all means, but the principal is like, I mean, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I can't even say what I really think about this man. But I have had nothing but problems with him. He, of course, is the one that squeezed Ethan's hand yesterday, so he's already on my poop list. He's been on my poop list for about 3 years since my first daughter went there. He is really, I'm going to actually keep my comments to myself because it would not be very godly or Christian-like of me. So, but anyway, so I am just feeling so emotional. I even broke down in with the doctor, at the doctor's office, with the psychiatrist, and she just said, she totally gets it. She worked out, like she wrote on there exactly what I needed her to write, like recommendations and accommodations for what he will need to help him to excel and to help him to be understood. And so basically they're just, you know, trying to fix the behavior. Like even the principal said to me on the phone, it was for Valentine's Day, and he had had a rough day and he was down in the principal's office. And of course that just makes all his peers around him feel like he's the bad kid, and he always calls himself bad now. He's never done that before, but now because the principal tells him he's being a bad boy, you're bad, that's bad, that's bad, don't be bad, we don't say that to my children, like we don't, so frustrating. So anyway, so he slipped up one day around Valentine's Day and said to me that he had had a bad day, yada yada, and then he turned around and said, and, you know, they had him go back to class for the Valentine's Day party. And then under his breath, he said, against my better judgment. What? So you're going to have him miss out on a party because he's not acting the way that you think he should act, like a average child. He's not going to. He doesn't know how. So this is frustrating. So anyways, thank you for letting me vent. I definitely need to vent. My husband will be home in 3 days, provided he passes end of course, EOC test tomorrow morning. They have one shot. It's a one-shot deal. I don't know how many questions it is. My husband has never been good at tests. So it's really in God's hands. I'm not even going to worry about it. But he should be home in 3 days. He comes in. His plane lands at 6:45 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. So I will have someone to hug, someone's shoulder to cry on, someone to walk hand in hand with. I can cuddle, I can laugh, I can cry, I can joke. He'll be here for me. But until then, you guys are stuck with me. So I don't know. So that's that. I got an advocate. She is going to come to the meetings with me. You know, it's a lot of money. It's money I don't want to have to spend, but you know what? I have to do it. So it's going to be $250 up front and $40 an hour after that. But I feel like I need it. I feel like if he doesn't get an IEP and he goes to 3rd grade without an IEP, he's toast. He's toast. He already hates school. He already hates school. He has no friends, absolutely no friends, which is hard for people who have ADHD or autism or whatever to make friends like that because, you know, they're socially awkward. And so he doesn't have any friends, and it's just frustrating. And so, of course, now all the people who could be his friends won't be his friends because he's known as the trouble child who gets pulled out of class. So, anyways, so I guess I should count myself lucky. I have 6 children. I only have to do this with 1. So, anyhow, so that's that, guys. Pray for me. Send me some good thoughts. Encourage me in the comments because I totally need it. I'm so sick of eating crap and sugar and stomach ache and sugar and more sugar. I didn't even have any water today. I had like 2 sips of water to take pills this morning. That's it. I'm not even, I'm probably dehydrated. Who knows even know? I don't know, but I'm fit to be tied. So anyways, so that is it for now. Who knows what tomorrow is going to bring. Tomorrow hopefully is, you know, now I return the rental car because I had to rent a car for the 3rd time to go to Worcester to this place, yada, 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 because my car I drive now that I'm sitting in is old and would not make it. an hour drive on the highway. So anyway, yeah, I put the rental car. Tomorrow I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to the USO on base in the morning, and I don't know. I have cookies to bake for my cookie business. I'm behind. I have 4 orders. I'm going to really try to get them out today. But I'm so not feeling it. I'm so not feeling it. And I have a 5K to run on June 2nd with my oldest daughter, who's 10. My husband's running it with me. I'm running it. My oldest daughter, who's 24, is running it. I'm going to see if my daughter-in-law and my oldest son, who's 28, will run it. It's for Girls on the Run. It's an awesome program that my 10-year-old is in, and so we're going to be doing that. I'm not even training for it. I haven't had time to go to the gym. I haven't had time to run. I think I'll walk it the whole way. Maybe I'll crawl it. I don't care. I'll get through the finish line somehow. So that's about it for now. Thank you guys for letting me vent. I love this community.